Welcome back. Now we are going to look at the cPanel, and then we'll be able to understand what is important for us to look out for when we are in our cPanel. Okay, so as you can see, what is here is our cPanel. Okay, and look at how it looks like. This is actually the newer cPanel. The older one does not actually look this way. Okay, so but I just want to show you the older one. When you visit older one, you look at how traditionally it used to look like. Okay, so this is a name chip cPanel. Okay, and this other one is the cPanel for the only web host. Okay, this one. Okay, so it just the only difference, the only main difference is just the design. This one looks a bit newer, okay, compared to this one. Okay, so but we are not actually looking at the design. So or what you need to, I'm just showing you so that when you enter into any of them, you should be able to know how to find your way around it. Okay, so as a website designer, there are a few sections in this cPanel that you need to look out for. Okay, so there are so many things people use the cPanel for. Okay, so but we are, since we are just going to be talking about web designing, I'm just going to show you the sections that you need to concentrate. Okay, so the sections that we are going to concentrate on in this cPanel is your email section, okay, your domain section, okay, your security section, and your software section. I want to repeat it again. Your email section, your domain section, your security section, and the software section. Okay, so these are the four sections that we are going to be concentrating on. Okay, so the first one is the email section, and that is right here in front of us. Okay, so now let's talk about the email section. Normally, the one what we used to know is email address that ends with at gmail.com, at yahoo.com, okay, and it may be Hotmail or something like that. Okay, so but when you have a business, it is expected that you have a professional email. Those ones I have mentioned earlier are public emails, are free emails. Anybody can just create one. Okay. So, but when you have a business, it is expected that you have a professional emails. Okay. Or what they normally call business emails. This business email does not end with at Gmail or at Yahoo, but it does end with your domain name. Okay, let's just say that you are the CEO of your company. You can get email address that says CEO at choicenetng.com, CEO or info at choicenetng.com. When you are creating for your staffs, you can be putting something like Joshua at choicenetng.com, okay, or Zainab at choicenetng.com. So you just need that is how you create your professional email, and the section where you do that is the email section. Okay, so when you are creating a website for your customers, you can actually come to this section if they are requesting for a professional email and be able to create one for them. Okay, so and to do that, it is very, very simple. Okay, we can just go to email account. Okay, click on email account. You can see I have a couple of email, okay, here. So you can see I have CEO at choicenetng.com, okay, and I also have info@choicenetng.com and the several other emails according to their domains. Okay, so now I can easily go to create button. Okay, I can easily go to create button to create one. Okay, so once you click on create button, okay, you select the domain you are creating for. Okay, let's say it is choicenetng.com. Okay, so it will now ask you to enter the username. The username is the name of the person that is going to be using the email. Okay, you can use contact us, you can use HR, you can use sales, or you can use the exact, the staff name, like I have mentioned before, Joshua, Zainab, any name. Okay, so all of them will always end at your domain name. So this is what is called professional email. So anybody who wants to visit or send email to you or receive email from you will receive it using this address. Okay, so if we say we are creating, let's say Joshua, okay, at choicenet.ng, we the next thing we need to do is just to enter our password. Okay, we'll just enter the password that we want to use. Okay, so once we do that, we click on create. Okay, so once we click on create, you can see the email has been created. Okay, so now having created this email, we can actually visit this email. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, so you as an admin or the website developer, you can actually visit this email just by going to clicking on check mail. Okay, when you click on check mail, it's going to be taking you to the email of the inbox of this email. And there are also another reason why I want to click on this check mail. There are some few configuration you need to do so that your clients will not have to, battle before getting to their inbox. Okay, so you always do this thing I'm going to show you when you create a new email for your clients. Always do it, don't forget. When you click on check mail, it's going to bring you to this part. Okay, so always click on open my inbox when I log in. Open my inbox when I log in. This will allow your client that when they log in, they go straight to their inbox instead of coming to this area. Okay, that is just the reason why you need to do that. Okay, so then you click on open. So when you do that, it brings you to the inbox. Okay, so you can see it's just like a normal email messages platform that you normally use. You can see your inbox, draft, sent, junk, trash, archive, and all the rest of them. Okay, so that is it. So any email that they are being sent to, okay, we actually come to this particular place. Okay, so that is how you create your uh, professional emails, okay, for your client. Now, how does your client access this email? Okay, is another thing. When you have created this email and have given it to them, how are they going to access their inbox? Remember, they are not going to, be going to Gmail platform or Yahoo platform because it will not work. So how are they going to be accessing this email? Okay, so now for them to be able to access this email, they need to go to their browser, okay, and then enter the domain name. That is their company domain name. Let's say choicenetng.com slash webmail. Webmail. Have you seen how it is spelled? Choicenetng.com slash webmail. So when they enter it, it is going to present them uh, the email address and the password. So the email you use is joshua at choicenetng.com, and then the password is the password you use in creating the email. Okay, so when they enter it, they will definitely go straight to their inbox. Let's just do it. We say joshua at choicenetng.com. Okay, so we enter the password that we entered while creating it. Okay, we click on login. Okay, so you can see it has brought us to the login page. So that is how they are going to be accessing this email. Okay, so then we no longer go to Gmail or Yahoo mail to be able to, do their mailing. Okay, so that is how you do it. So don't forget. Okay, so now back to the inbox, back to the cpanel, sorry. Okay, uh having learned how to be able to create this email, we are heading down to another section. Okay, so the next section we are going to be talking about is the domain section. Okay, this domain section, we are coming here to talk about it because there are a few things we need to consider. When you purchase your hosting, the domain you entered while purchasing the hosting is called your primary domain. Okay, is your primary domain. So you don't need to do anything. You can just install your WordPress and then start your website development. But a time will come when you may like to add more domain to your hosting. Okay, like if you look at the plans that we have on all these other platform. Okay, so where is it? Let's go to only web host we are using. If you come to only web hosts and then look at their plans, you can see that the starter plan will allow you to build one website. But if you actually bought the premium plan, you can actually build up to 5 websites. The enterprise plan will allow you to build up to 10 or 15 websites, while the business plan you can build up to 35 websites. Okay, so you can see that. So now, let's say you bought this premium plan. When you are building the next website, you are not going to purchase any hosting again. The only thing you are going to buy is the domain for this hosting. Okay, so you can just add additional domain. Instead of you going to hosting, you can just go to domain. Okay, and then be able to buy a domain for this hosting. Okay, so you just put the domain name and then click on next, and then instead of you registering an account, you just need to log into the account and then pay for the domain. Okay, so that is how you add additional domains to your hosting, for which you can use to build other websites, since the plan gives you room to build more than one website. Okay, I hope that is understood. Now, having said that, when we come back to this place, after buying the domain, it does not appear on your among your domain list automatically. Okay, so sometimes you need to add those domain to your domain list, and for you to do that, you just come to domain, you click on create a new domain, and then enter the domain name exactly. Okay, and click on submit. So that is how you add the domain to your domain list, so that when you want to be able to build or install WordPress on that domain, you will be able to see it among the list of the domains. Don't forget, always come to the hosting the domain section. When you buy a new domain, come to domain section and then add the domain, okay, to your existing domain so that you can be able to see it. Now, another thing is there are times that you may need to add subdomain. A subdomain is a domain name under your main domain. Okay, so you can actually use it to build a complete website. Okay, so the only thing is you are not going to buy it, but it is going to be under the domain name that you have purchased already. Let's take for instance that you have a fashion business. Okay, you sell, maybe clothing for men or for women. Okay, so and you have bought a domain that is called myclothingbusiness.com. Okay, or clothingbusiness.com. Now, maybe as time goes on, you see the need of opening a training center where you can be able to train people on how to be able to become fashion designers. Okay, now you want to create a website for it. Okay, so instead of you going to buy a different domain, you can just uh, create a subdomain that is called training.fashion.com. Fashion.com is already the domain you purchased before. So you can just add training.fashion.com to it so that you can use it to build that website. So you are not going to buy those that subdomain. So the only thing you need to do is come to domains, okay, and then add new domain, okay. So you just come here and do training, okay. You just put dot. Now we are using choice.net.ng because it's the domain that is there. Okay. Okay. So .com. You can see it. So once I click on submit, I will be able to have this domain. Okay, you can see it. So now if you go down and search for training, you should be able to see it. You can see training.choice.net.ng.com. So I can use this like normal domain, and then create whatever I want to create. Okay, so that is what is called subdomain. Okay, and that is how you'll be able to create one when you want to create. Okay, so the one you added to the domain list that you purchased is called add-on domain. Add-on domain. So, but the one that you created from your existing domain is called a subdomain. Okay, so that is what you need to know in this section basically. Though there are other things, but we may not. You actually talk about them now. Okay, so that is it. So now going forward, after the domain section, there is also another section that we need to consider, and that is a security section. Okay, let's go forward. Security, security, security. Okay, so you can see security section. Okay, so under the security section, that is where you actually, install SSL certificates to your added domains that you just purchased. Okay, in case it is not, installed automatically, that is where you install it, and you do that by going to Let's Encrypt. Okay, you click on Let's Encrypt, it will show you the list of your domains. Okay, so you can be able to issue, certificates to them. Okay, so you do that in the security section. So you can also be able to look at your SSL status. Okay, so you can check the status here to be able to see how they are, whether they are or they are encrypted. You can see all these ones that are green are encrypted. Okay, so but if they are not, you can just run auto SSL. So the ones that are not included will equally be encrypted. Okay, so that is just how you do it, and it is being done on the security section. Okay, so now the last section is the software section. Okay, under this software section, you now install, you use it to install your WordPress or other content management system. Remember, WordPress is just one of the content management system that you can use to build either website or any other thing that you want to build. Okay, so now under the software section, we can just go straight to WordPress manager. Okay, or we can come to Softaculous apps. Okay, this Softaculous app is recommended to be able to install your WordPress. You can see that it is a carton, with so many other software. So it houses, thousands of other content management softwares that you can actually use instead of WordPress. But remember, the reason why we are using WordPress is because it is most popular and most supported. So outside that, there are other content management systems that are used for different things that you can actually do, things that WordPress cannot actually do. Okay, so let's just click on Subtaculous app. Remember, it is under the software section. Okay, so we click here. Okay, so it's taking us to this place. Okay, just like I told you, there are thousands of other content management systems. You can see them here. So depending on whatever you want to build, okay, so when you click here, you see there are so many of them. Okay, so there are so many of them. So you just click and then install the one you want to install. There are other few popular ones like the Joomla, okay, and the Drupal. Okay, so they are also popular. Okay, so that is why if you can come here, you see that they are shown here at the top. Okay, so you can see it's Drupal. So but you can see this one is the most popular one, and that is why it is the first one. Okay, so when you come to this place and you want to install a WordPress to the domain you have bought, remember, we are going to be using the subdomain that we created, which is training. Okay, the training.choicenetng.com. Okay, so for you to install your WordPress, you just click on install here. Okay, okay, so now when you click on install, it will bring you to this section. Okay, so in this section, there are a few things to consider. One, you need to select the domain name you want to install the WordPress on. Okay, you need to enter the username that you are going to be using when you want to enter the WordPress backend or dashboard. Okay, this is where you enter it, and you are going to enter the password of the uh, the password that you will use together with the uh, username in order to log in. Okay, so the other ones that are not actually mandatory is maybe your site name and then maybe your site description. So those are optional, but the one that is mandatory is the domain name, the username, and the password. Okay, so remember we created training at ChoiceNet NG, so it's what we are going to select. Okay, then we are going to just clear this WP so that our website will not fall inside the any directory. Okay, so now we will enter the password, the username. Okay, so let's just use a training. Okay, and then the password, we will enter any password of our choice. Okay, so now you come down here and click on install. So when you do, you can see that it is installing. Okay, so it is done. So if you look at this place, it is giving us few URLs. The first one is the one that the users will visit. So anybody that is visiting the website will type training.choicenetng.com. Okay, so but as administrator, when you want to access the back end, you're only going to type the training.choicenetng.com/wp on the hyphen admin. Okay, so this will take you to the back end of WordPress, and this will take you to the front end of your website. So if we click on this, it will bring us to this place. Okay, you understand? So that is exactly how you install your WordPress. That is also exactly how you make use of your Cpanel. Okay, so you can always go back to the Cpanel by clicking on this area. Okay, you can view all your installed website, WordPress website, by clicking on this uh, uh, bucket like icon. Okay, you can actually go back to your Cpanel by clicking on this logo. It will take you back to your Cpanel. Okay, so that is how you walk around your Cpanel and then be able to install your WordPress. So remember, each time you buy a domain, remember to go to your domain section and then add it as add-on domain. When you want to create a subdomain, just go to the domain section and put the subdomain name dot the main domain. Okay, so and then remember to look out for your SSL to make sure that the site is protected. Okay, so and lastly, your email section is a place where you can create email, official email addresses for the business or for your company. Okay, so this is what we have for this section. In the next section, we are going to be taking you on how you can go back to WordPress backend, and then we start showing you around on what to do at the back end of WordPress. So see you in the next video.